This is the best snowball 2x1 that I've been building on stream for the past 3 months, and you guys asked for the tutorial. The base has great peaks, but it can also tank a lot of rockets since it's heavily honeycombed. The loot is very spread out, there's a lot of retakes and many bedrooms, so you're guaranteed a long raid defense. And in my eyes, this is the most unique base I've seen on YouTube. The base is single TC, so you do need to hide your TC very well, and I've got great spots for it. So without further ado, strap in and let's unwrap this base. Hey guys, let's get into the tour. So outside we have multiple turrets covering the whole base. We have really nice peaks on the top, but we'll get into those later. So as we get in, we have some drop-off storage here. There's no door here right now, but you know that. We have a little peek towards our door. But let's head up. This is the jump up. So as we jump up, we have some drop storage right above us. We have some drop storage right here, and we have our peaks. You can see inside of them. So as we head up, we have a little vending machine here if you want to flex loot. We have more drop storage that leads to the shooting floor, but let's get into the base right now. As we know, this is a 2x1 snowball base. So we have some turrets up there, and yeah, it's just some regular peaks. Very nice peaks. Down there we have more bedrooms, as you can see, on the first floor. Right here is down the center. This is where tier 3 goes on the top. And this is the entire core. You guys already know the core. This is how I do the core. It has a lot more beds, just in case if you have one stair here, you can only fit one bed on top of right here, just like here. But this way, I mean, you sacrifice on the loot. But trust me guys, you're not gonna have too much loot in this base. We have a lot of loot storage in this base. So you might be wondering where the TC is. It's not in the middle. And yeah, let me show you. So right here we have our shell. It's very segregated. You have different peaks. You have a shop front here even. Just have more peaks. And our TC is actually tucked in right here. It's very hard to access. My TC is never gotten raided in the middle of a raid, even in offline attempt. People just don't raid these triangles right here. And right here on the side, let me show you what we have here. Right here, that was the shell that you saw. So right here, these are some furnaces. I placed them early game always. And right here, we have a little peak outside the door. Once they break the door, we have a little peak here, a little head angle with the jungle stairs. This is a peak that I've been using for a long time. I've never seen anyone else use this. And you have a little peak here, a little gap you can shoot from. You have more beds here all around. And you might be wondering what's on the other side of TC. Well, obviously it's a battery. And right here we have an early game vending machine. You cannot use this anymore since it's honeycombed. And yeah, as you can see guys, we have a bed here. We have a bedroom, same as the TC. I didn't show that. So right here we have in the TC room, we have a little bedroom as well. And let's try to head up, but we're not heading up through the middle. We're not heading up through the core. We have a little jump up right here. We have a little jump up right here with the shelf. We have little peaks into our peaks, and we have a little peak into our shell down here. There's more angles everywhere. And this way we make it up here. And let me show you the quote-unquote open core. So right here, we have a little peak right here from the jump up below. We can open it up and just peek there. And as we keep going, we have a little open core design, quote-unquote. Depends on how deep you're playing. You could have even more boxes here. I usually play solo. I'll show you how I did the other open core loot room. But this is like if you're trio, you can add 3 beds. If you're a duo, you add 2 beds and you add even more storage here. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go. And you have another flex vendy here. This one's really secure. Those ones, this one that I showed you right here, it's not that secure. You might bait someone with it. But yeah, this is the bedroom. And let's go to the other one. I'll show you how I did the other one. So on the opposite side, on the same spot, we go right here. And when we go up here, as you can see, I completely sealed this off. Why? If you're a solo, you might as well just have even more insanely honeycomb spots, you know? And it's really nice to have that. And we have entire turret coverage. As you can see, once these doors get broken, we have entire turret coverage. And in the middle of the raid, if any of these turrets get broken, you can start placing chase corridor peaks right here. You can have a half wall. I always keep this spot open just so you can add a half wall mid-raid and start fragging with only headshot peaks, you know? You have a little bed here, and you can stand on the bed. If that's open, you just keep shooting, you know? So yeah, let me replace these, just in case the turrets get broken. Anyways, let's keep heading up. So as we go up, we have a little roof retake here. That's our roof entrance. Once they're in here, we can maybe peek it here and enter. But right here, we have some of the most safe storage as well. So right here, it's fully honeycombed, as you can see. But we have some storage here that's pretty damn safe, and it's close to the roof. And we have a few more bedrooms. You can add even more beds if you want. We have a little roof retake here. That's how the roof looks, you can see. And let's head to the actual roof. So on the roof, this is just a little simple. It's a Spanky style, I would say that. I've definitely had some inspiration. He's a goated builder, guys. If you want any more base designs, check his Patreon out. But yeah, we have a little some chase peaks on the corners, some 2020 door peaks, as you would say, but they're actually glitched, and you can have some pretty nice peaks down here. We have more turrets. I cannot decide which one's better, the triangle one or the square one. You guys tell me in the comments. So you guys can build whichever one you want. And we have a few more obvious turrets that are gonna get broken, but they just help cover everything else. And let me show you the actual peaks. So we had besides of these peaks. So right here, we have the spring box mini peaks. Yeah, nothing to improvise here. Just added these very nice peaks to the downwards angle. Then right here, this is something different I did. I built frames of the bottom, and right here we have a little bedroom and very safe peaks onto the ground floor. You cannot be taken off from long range because we have it like really tight there. We have it blocked off. So yeah, these are some pretty nice handmade wide gap peaks. And right here on the side, these are not, these shouldn't be used as peaks, to be honest. Yeah, these shouldn't be used as peaks. They're just a nice drop down to the bottom, go down. And above that, we have some pretty nice peaks right here on the side. So right here, these are some pretty nice peaks to look down. They're pretty tight. People are not going to expect you to be on that angle. Like you can't really tell that's an angle. And where they're just running around, they're focusing on this peak, let's say, for example, or that wide gap. You peek them from there, they're not going to expect it. Then they might just die to you, you know? So yeah. And the whole shooting floor has a mountain roof concept, kind of. It's pretty fun to use. I would say it's pretty nice looking. And I believe that's the whole base. Like right here in the middle, we have a lot of honeycombing. And the whole premise of this base is to make him go for your core. But all your loot, as I said, guys, it's not going to be in core. It's going to be in here, right? It's going to be in this. You're going to have bedrooms down here in the bottom. The loot has to be very spread out. And again, it's a single TC base. You can place the TC wherever you want. You can even place it inside of this vending machine. You could place it inside of this vending machine. You can place TCs however many times you want. And we have this in the first floor. It's honeycombed 3 times. Okay, guys? It's 3 walls to the TC. So it's a single TC base. It's safe. If someone wants to siege raid you, they cannot like blow your externals and just have a wall privilege, right? If I try to wall right here as a raider, I couldn't, because we have privilege all around here. It makes it really difficult to approach the base. They're just gonna be out here in the open holding you. Once they go in, they might just start climbing the roofs here. Those are free pickings from these peaks. It's just a lot of angles you can play from, boys. And there is an interesting starter here. You guys can build this on Vibe Day. You guys can build this based on Vibe Day. As you can see, we have the TC from here, and this can be just your starter. You can build out from here. But let me show you real quick how to build this on Vibe Day. Okay, guys? Right, boys. So there's 2 ways you can build this. One way is only if you have a couple thousand mats and you're playing solo or duo. I wouldn't recommend it as a trio. And maybe it's on a Vibe Day. I really like this footprint. You can get an easy starter just like this with 3 triangles. Get a door down. Really easy starter, right? You get a door here. Boom, you have 3 doors to the core. Really easy. I wouldn't recommend this over a duo though. Maybe you can do it as a duo. I usually play solo, so this is my Vibe Day starter, guys. I don't do this on a snowball because you don't get any height. You might get door camped. It's pretty shit. But this is what I do on Vibe Day. as a solo. And the way you expand this, to ensure you're not getting door camp, you instantly make a few exits, guys. So you go like this, you make sure hard side is towards the core here. That's where our 2x1 is gonna go later. And right here, we go with a window and window, and then we seal this off like that. And we add a couple doors here. And boom, that's our starter for Vibe Day, basically. And I usually just add a workbench right here, add a furnace right here, and add another furnace here. You have a barrel here. Also, if you need even more storage, usually I live out of this until I get tier 2. But yeah, you can add another shelf here, add some boxes up here, yada yada yada. So yeah, I usually live out of this on Y until I get a tier 2. And once I get a tier 2, I start expanding even more. So you go right here. Again, make sure hard slides towards there. Add another door, window, and we place a door here. And a roof right there. And that's even more expanded starter. Boom, many doors, I know. And yeah, basically, now we want to place our tier 2. So we expand the main core. Here, you guys can do whatever. I always add a shelf here. You guys can go with the original stairs, but I add a shelf right here, and that acts as my jump up between the floors. And to this end, that's my starter as a solo or as a duo. So let's expand and add a door here. I wouldn't recommend adding a single door here, guys. If you're more than a duo, just go with double doors. It's much more simple. And we can always add just floors here as an exit from the top, so you have height and you can play off the peaks up here. Not peaks, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, so that's basically all of my Vibe Day shit. Okay, another thing I will add right now is as soon as I get tier 2 on Vibe, I always go for electrical furnaces. And the way you get those set up, you add a floor there, a half wall there, add a ramp, I'm gonna build out here, you add that, you remove that, remove all the twig here, and you have a peak here, right? And that's gonna be your actor as your ceiling. So you add the door there, just like that. Usually I like to wall these off, but you don't have to. It removes a peak for them. You can have all that as well, so there's only one peak for them. Usually you're never gonna be using this square grids, okay? Like this square is only used for electrical furnaces for me. I just add a shelf here and add my E furnaces, and I'm on a small battery or something with a solar panel. Early Vibe E furnaces, great for progression of the base. Okay, and yeah, that's basically all I do on Vibe Day as a solo or like as a duo. Like, I wouldn't be like making it more complicated than this. And from now on, the base is symmetrical. So I'm gonna just go build the 2x1 starter now for the people that are snowballing and not playing Vibe. Okay, guys? This is what I built while I'm snowballing. I'll show you the progression there as well. Okay, how do we progress up the snowball base? So the starter is pretty simple. Boom, boom, boom. I always add a twig stair here, guys. This is a twig stair for me. I always make this twig. This usually takes like 5k stone-ish. If I have more, then I always... This could be all the starter, guys. This is like the snowball starter. If you're a trio, for example, and you don't have code locks, one guy gets this door, one guy gets this door, and one guy gets this door, so everyone can leave the base. If you're a duo, it usually is pretty simple. I just take the top door with code lock. I give one to my friend here and here, and because we all have respawns in the base, you know, if we have bags. I usually never play as a trio anyway, so one guy gets a door, one guy gets a door, and if I'm just solo, I just have all the doors, you know. That's make for this to happen. Anyways, I keep the twig, and the reason we keep this twig because we want to move the TC later. We don't want to keep the TC in the core, guys. That's very predictable. So yeah, we place the TC here on the twig stairs. Then we just expand like this. This is a very good expansion if you have the extra stone. It instantly gives you some cover, gives you a head glitch, gives you some height on the opponents here. That's why this starter as a snowball base is good, because you instantly get height. You have height on the door campers with the DBs, you know? and it's very good. And if people are here, you can just hit them with a little roof camp, close to your base. Guys, nothing's wrong with roof camping, as long as it's just a little roof peak, okay? Like, we don't want to be sitting here all day, right? We gotta get productive, because at that point, the roof camping just gets fucking annoying, man. Okay, and here, as I said, I don't know if you watched the Vibe Day starter, but either, if you're a duo, I would go here with a single door, but if you're more than a duo, just get a double door here, guys. Like, there's no mobility stuck with single doors. I always say, if you're a solo or a duo, go with more single doors. If you're more than a duo, for sure, just go with double doors everywhere, basically. Fuck the single doors. And yeah, you get a little height here. We even like expand a little bit to have more angles on down. We can even like start adding a single door here, a single door here. Just has some cover, you know. Everywhere else is gonna be a double door, but I don't wanna be showing those yet, because unless you feel like you don't want to get top down, you can start adding, just sealing all of this off, just like this. But that's not the number one thing I would focus on. So for now, this is like all the expansion we're going for. Just like that, just these floors. And the number one thing you also want to do, I don't upgrade my foundation so soon. I just add the foundations like this. This way you cannot get family wiped. You're gonna need these corner foundations, but we go with them anyways. And right here, this isn't a point where we want to move our TC, but this is where we want to start working for it. So right here, we slap the triangles. It doesn't matter which side you place your TC. One side's gonna be battery, one side's gonna be TC. So come out here and do the little Vibe Day starter. This is the how the Vibe Day starter looks, guys. We start from this instead of starting from there. This is where our TC is gonna go. And let me tell you one thing. You want an early vending machine, guys. Vending machines are broken. So you have to pick a side. Let's just say there's a mountain here. So I know they might want to fall from there. So I'm not gonna be placing TC on this side. If there's some low ground there, they're not gonna want to fob there, right? Or if there's like terrible terrain or some building block or anything like that, you want to place the TC on the side that is less likely to get raided from, you know? So you decide where the TC is gonna go, and that's how different the battery and the TC spots are. So on the side that's where we're gonna have a battery, we want to have a door here for a vending machine, early game vending machine, you know? So it's the same, it just we add a door here, and this is where the battery is gonna go. But before we even start getting the battery, let's make sure we seal up the TC, right? So we go here. We don't move the TC yet, but we get it secure. Boom, boom. Windows everywhere. Door here, opposite of the corners, you see, like this. If you have the door here, you're gonna have the door here. Then we go with a half wall. We go with a half wall and the frame. We add some doors here. And we get a shelf. Boom. We have the jump up. Again, even more exits out of the base. And once you seal this in, this is the more safe exit out of your base. Usually, I would have a door here insta to not get deeped. And from now on, I would stop using this exit. I would just start exiting through here. And again, if you already have a tier 2, what I insta like to do is set up some E furnaces, because that's just goated for your progression of the base. So, the way we set those up, once again, we just add a half wall here. Add a ramp looking at that. We get a build up out of twig. I have the building B grade on. And we remove these build-ups. We got wall, and the frame, and the door. Jungle shelf here. And just on the bottom where they can't access those. Boom, boom, boom. Add a splitter, and you're chilling. Usually, you are gonna want to walk like this. So let me show you from above here. You wanna add a half wall right here, and 2 full walls here. That's basically sealed up. And if you want even more, you can add a... You can start even rotating like this throughout the base. So yeah, that's how you set up the E furnaces. And this is the point where you could move your TC just so you don't get roam raided. You want to add the door here then so it's more safe. You go ahead, destroy the twig, and I like to use a shelf here. And this is going to be annoying at first if you have a double here, but if you have tier 2, we might as well get a G door, right? And yeah, we destroy the TC. We just go ahead and move it over here. So we have our TC, Next things up, we want to add a battery, right? We're running E furnace on the other side, so yeah, as I said, it's pretty simple. It's the same as the other side, but we have a door frame here for a vending machine. We slap that in. If you don't have a vending machine yet, or you don't have anything you want to sell, you just put a door there instead. So yeah, that's how it goes. Add a door, add another door, and usually you can fit a bed in here, guys. Right here with the vendy, I usually just skip that, but yeah, you can add a bed here, add a shelf, add a shelf, and some boxes, and you have kits here, early game bedrooms, very nice. It's kind of nice if you have a bed here as well. So we go ahead and add a bed, add a shelf, and you have another bedroom here. At some point, we might want to replace this just with a shop front. Instead of the door, we add a shop front. It gives a good head glitch for you, and you can still see from above. Oh, I don't have a peek here, but you can still see from above. It gives them cover right here, though. So I don't know if you want to rep this. To be honest, I haven't really repped it. I usually just keep this open. But if you want to get freaky, add a shop front here. It segregates the base a little bit. Honestly, it might be kind of nice. And yeah, beds are next up. So we at this point, if you're adding beds, you add one here, and that's a perfect dual bedroom, right? If you're a tree, you can, I guess, slap a bed here as well. If quads, I mean, you guys have to like compromise and maybe add a bed like right here, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up real quick as well. Again, 2 doors, 2 windows above, window above the door opposite of this door, you know, above the wall, above the battery. So yeah, shelf, jump up, yep. Add doors, and that's the base, kind of safe. And at this point, you have E-furnaces. At this point, the main upgrade is this, adding sheet metal walls here. Because we have honeycomb on the base right now. We add the sheet metal on the roof here as well. And the base is looking nice. You have some honeycombing right here. From the sides, they cannot get blasted. And now if they want to get in, they need to splash that. Or just go through doors. And if they go through doors, I mean, that's just PvP-wise, you know. We're just protect, like, if they blow these walls, we want to make sure that's not easy to do. So if they feel forced to go through doors. And through doors, I mean, you can have a head glitch right here. There's so many angles you can play off. You can just jump out right here, try to track them here, fight from here. Yeah, it gives you a lot more chances, you know. And they cannot just go through this side and open up the whole side. I mean, because we have honeycomb, you know. And if they top down, that's another thing. You might want to be quick on the roof airlock. So how do we do that? So the way we secure a roof airlock, we could add walls here. But if you want to be really cheap, wherever you have the door, you place another single door above it. This is going to lead to our open core above. And you add a double door here, double door here, double door here, and seal this all in. It's pretty simple. So right here, we're going to have a jump up from below. Later, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like this. That's going to be your jump up, right? We keep this peak here. You might want to add a embrasure here. You might not. But that's going to be our peak there. And yeah, we add the doors here, swing them inwards, so you can jump up from here. Easy jump ups from here, yep. And then this one, swing it outwards. We're gonna have a little peek off here. And yeah, that's the roof airlock. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the side. So doors on the sides here, and then wherever I have the single door, so right here, put one above it, and seal it all in. Swing it outwards, inwards, inwards, and this one doesn't really matter, just outwards. So the reason I do a single door here, guys, I'll show you that later, okay? And for now, the main expansion would be getting entrances, right? Right now our entrances are on the first floor, but my first floor is completely sealed off. My entrance is actually on the third floor. It takes a while to get into this base, I know. So let's actually seal this in and get a proper shell going. We had a window here, add 2 walls here. Honestly, we can just replicate what we got there. So we go with this, a floor right here, a half wall right here, and we can, this has to be twig right here, and then we make our way to the top. So we go up. We can even add a jump up already, but we go over here. We get ourselves over here. Actually, I didn't do this thing yet first. So right here, we do the same thing as on the other side. We had a half wall right there. Some floors right here. And both of these, they need ramps facing towards the windows. So we go here, we already have a ramp, perfect. We place this one, and now we can remove the twig we had here. And same on the other side. And the way we seal up this window, if you don't have tier 2 yet, you might be expanding like hella fast, killing farmers, is we go 2 triangles out here. That's going to be our jump up. And that's the way we seal the window up. And if you want them to not have very good peaks into you, right? You don't want them to have insane peaks into you here. You can seal it up with a triangle like that. Another window here. And here. And that's how we do. And in the end, when you have tier 2, you get an embrasure. And you make them both face outwards. And you have pretty good peaks here. What I do is I like to place a box here below me to boost me up. And then I get another box flush like that next to here. And also, I didn't mention, the stairs have to be brick. I mean, you can keep them brutalist, honestly. But the brick stairs, I will show you guys how you will see them. Actually, they have to be jungle. I'm sorry. They have to be jungle. They have to be jungle, not brick. And you get this little peak under, you see? And this peak, it's actually pretty hard to counter, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty hard to counter it. If you're stand spraying here, it's pretty hard to do that. But let me show you on the other side first. So again, we go like this, boom, boom. And I prefer sealing this up, but we go like that. And we make sure the pillar of the triangle stair is facing inside the window, you know? And that's the way we do it. Let me add the windows again. And the little box to cover your head when you're shooting. Boom. And upgrade this to jungle. If you don't have a jungle, it's still okay. The peak is still okay, guys, but this peak is pretty good. I haven't had a lot of use cases with it, but you can really use it well if you're getting raided. So the way we seal this up is I go like this. Add a square here just for mobility reasons. You can jump up the stairs easier. You seal it up like that. And the reason this jump up good with the stairs, because you can enter it while having a double door. You know, guys, you would, if you placed, you know, guys, if we had like a triangle here, right, we cannot jump up it. That's the reason the stairs are nice. So we get the stairs up here again. I'll upgrade it to jungle. And you can enter with a double door, yep. And right here, we go just like this. I like to add a little half triangle here for loot. And for now, honestly, we just seal it up. Another way to go up. We don't have to do this yet. We already have access to our base. But for the next expansion, I usually just add a floor right here, in front, and the door right here, and our jump up is right here. Seal it at the top. And that's how it looks right now from the outside as well. It's kind of like floating around, but a little goofy. But honestly, raiders won't know what's hitting them. Like, this base is way too confusing for a random raider. You jump up, you hold crouch the whole time, guys. You hold crouch, you look towards there, and that's how you make the jump. It's pretty simple. Right here, you'll add G-doors later. Just a regular door here is fine. Bring it towards you, so you can peek there. So yeah, and the next part, I would definitely seal these in now, because that's your mobility throughout the base. You have standard mobility right here, throughout the shell. You can climb all the way up here, or you can go into your shell and jump up right here. Seal that in. You have a little peak here, and right here. The way you seal this in, this jump up, you had a half wall and a low wall facing that direction. This is an old spinky peak that he had in his base. I'll call it that. Your jump ups are sealed in. Let me do that on the other side. So right here you go wall. You already have this shelf here from the earlier. We wall this off. We obviously add some ceilings right here. And we add a half wall and low wall raising. Wait, looking at the other side, because that's where our open core is going to be. I call it a little open core, okay guys? But not really an open core. And yeah, that's our jump up on the side. That's our shoots. So that's the base right now. And the next part is I would set up some vertical bedrooms. And the way you do that is I usually do these with metal. I'm not gonna lie. I usually make these two walls metal. Add a triangle here, a floor, seal that in. And right here, just above this jump up, I add a double door here actually. Add a double door. And I metal these out. I think it's a lot safer if they hit the side. It just makes sense. And then all of this room should be instantly metal. Unless you're very rushy, you think you're gonna get raided ASAP, that's when I would maybe rush it with stone, because this is a good bedroom to have. And again, I had single doors here, and I didn't tell you this before, but the reason I like having single doors, it acts like honeycomb. So when the enemy blows that wall and that wall, they see like nothing, right? They can just keep rocking through that double door. And if you have a double door here, when they open that wall, it's extremely open, right? But the single door, it acts as a little bit of cover. You can play right here, go for a seal, you know, go for a quick seal and stuff like that. So that's why I like having single doors everywhere. And right here, you spawn in the bedroom. Oh, they already blew these walls. They already blew these walls. Let me take cover. Boom, sealed, you know. So yeah, and the way you set up these bedrooms is you can have a double door here, normal door there, just maybe armor doors, that would be nice. And at this point, obviously, we have G doors all throughout the base. Maybe not obviously, maybe you still don't have a tier 2. You don't really need a tier 2 when snowballing if it's going well enough. You keep this a double door. I'm usually rocking a single door and it's open the whole time. Later, a tier 3 goes here next to this wall, but I'm guessing at this point we don't have a tier 3. So we can add another bed. We have more beds. Beds everywhere. You know, small box here for meds. Yada yada yada. Right here where we have e-furnaces, right? So on the left side you have e-furnaces here. And here we could just add a shelf. And we could add just beds like this. Boom. Boom, we have 2 beds. We place a box here. Pretty damn safe bedrooms. The problem is they could just hold them here. That's the only problem. I would also have doors here. But yeah, that's the way we do it. We have a little peek here. And the next thing after these bedrooms, let me show you how to set them up real quick. Later, when you have shit, you can start flexing loot in here, boys. You go just like that. So the vending machine is there and it's covering from the honeycomb, you know. You go like this. Add a vending there. Add shelves here. That's why I'm calling it open floor. There's a lot of shelves in here. Add 2 beds. You can opt out of this, add another bed, you know. And just have boxes here. This is where we usually store our main loot. And this is the last part that gets raided. Every single time I'm getting raided, people just go for the square, right? Let me quickly build this up and show you what guys mean. So we go wall here. Obviously metal all of this room out. Metal all of it out. The ceilings, you can go HQM. And I do recommend that, going HQM on the ceilings. Because these boxes, they are not very well on verticality. I will say that. So double door, single door. Boom, boom. Frame here. Single frame here. And we got a Vendy over here. Once again, it acts as more honeycomb, as more ways of putting your loot. Maybe you can flex here and stuff, you know. So yeah, again guys, this is fully customizable. I'm not gonna tell you that this is the correct way to do it. I play as a duo usually with my friend. So I play solo or duo. So this is a way you could be setting up. Honestly, if you're playing solo and you know you're solo, you could even go for something like this, you know guys. The base is fully customizable. You just keep this completely closed off. Like there's even less loot to be found, you know. Like they blow this, like, oh, what the fuck, this is just full honeycomb, you know. Like you don't need all that storage as a solo, you know. You just have 2 of these on each side, you know. So it really depends how deep you're playing. That's how it is. And now we need to seal up the shell. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We need to seal up the shell. So the way we do it is we keep a turret spot open right here. We keep a turret spot open here. And the way I do it is I just build out right here. And you have a turret spot right here. You can just put it up there. We can add a chain link here even. I don't know how well it shoots. Maybe if this is like all broken, then it shoots there. But the good thing is you can keep this door open and you have full access between your shell. And the way you do it is you actually have 4 turrets on this floor, right? So right here we go with a frame here, double door frame. You seal all of that in. Boom, boom. I would add, maybe you can go for a chain link or you can go for a half over here for extra honeycombing. You bring that turret out. And boom, another turret. And they're watching each other, right? So these doors are gone. Like, good luck getting in here, guys. Good luck getting in here. And honestly, guys, you might think, what the fuck is this window, right? So this window, you can have a little peek here. but I wouldn't call this the most useful thing. And the reason I do it is because I play solo or duo, so I like the base to be a little more compact. If you guys are a quad, I would not recommend adding a window here. I would just go with the traditional door design. Just like that, you know? I would add doors here on the both sides. So it really depends what you guys want. And also, here, about the turret. And that's just how we roll, you know? The base form. But right here we go with single door or a double door, whichever you guys you want. Like, depends how deep you're playing. I play less deep, so I add single doors everywhere. I make the base more compact, as I said. Acts as more honeycomb, even tightens the angles. Two people cannot speak to you at the same time if you're under a disadvantage. Right here, I leave a fake Vendy spot, so you can slap a Vendy here, or even real. I don't know. You guys might be flexing a lot of loot. Not bad, guys. So yeah, it's very tight here, right? So you might want to keep a double door here, or like a garage door. But right here, there's just some good loot storage right here. It's pretty damn safe in here. It's pretty damn safe in here. You also have drop storage right here. And if you want even more drop storage, right here. Like, that's a lot of drop storage, right? And you need storage, honestly, in this base, especially if you're playing deep. So yeah, that's a lot of loot storage. You don't want that to be hit, you know? I would metal all of this out. You don't want this being hit. And the base looks a little floatier now, but trust me, it has hella stability now. So, and now we want to secure our roof exit, right? So we go with walls here. Again, I would metal this out if you have metal. You don't have to, but it's just better because there's not going to be any more honeycombing on that side. And right here, I go with a design like this. Half wall right here, full wall there, seals this in. And right here, I go with a single door, two double doors here. Usually I don't even place this one, it's just for... You could keep it open, and if they're right there, you just have a little, like, good peeking angle, good ceiling angle, etc. But you might get rocketed off this angle, so I honestly would have a door here. And right here, you don't have to seal this in yet. I would add a door here later, but this is for our roof entrance, guys. This is gonna be a roof entrance, and we have a little retake for it, you know? In case they're, like, pushing in right here. Because we're gonna have a double door here, garage door. So, yeah. And that's our roof entrance right now. And that's how it looks right now. They can hold this, so I would add a door with a little window if you need to, so they, you know, they're not holding. But if you're sitting here holding, they might not expect you to open this up. Sitting here, open it up. So yeah, it works both ways. So you might ask, what is this space in the middle for? So I usually like to use it as honeycombing. I metal this wall, right? Add a roof. You don't need to HM this. I usually just fully honeycomb this because I don't like getting rid of the top down. The metal is entirely honeycomb. Usually people just go above, start splashing this, and they go all the way in here, you know? We don't want that. So we go with half right here, metal that out, and metal that out. And usually I go like this and like that. You see what I did there, guys? At the opposite ramp, just like that. I bring the metal, and then a door, just like that. And I like, for the aesthetics, just rotate that inwards, looks better, right? And right here we had a normal ramp facing inwards. Actually, I think you have to place this ramp first. Yeah, so you have to place this ramp first. You place this ramp, same on the other side, right? You have to place it first, and then you go with the opposite ramp, just like that. And the reason I do this, I don't put any loot on the top part, but right here, it's some good drop storage. When you come on roof with a mini or something, you just put some loot over here. These are very secure. Like, if they want to get this, you guys will see, we will be honeycomb this top part even more. Just so it seems like we are truly a 2x1 snowball base that needs to be hidden here. But even though our loot is never here, guys. It's never here, okay? So, that's the way we do it. Boom. Open the door. And by the way, guys, this design, you can add the TC anywhere. Pinky and a similar design used to add the TC right here. Or like from the outside right here. You would break this wall, add a wall there, and add a TC here. It's very different. You can even like concoct something like right here, have a little door entrance, it looks like a refinery or something, and add a TC here, you know guys. It's fully customizable. So we need to start designing a roof. But before that, honestly, the base is pretty big, right? I would start adding a little bit, at least a little bit of honeycomb, right? And it's pretty simple. You don't have to, if you just want to get rated so fast, get off the server. You don't have to add all of this honeycomb, you know? But it does make the base just a lot safer. You cannot enter your first floor easily and stuff like that. But I hope you do have bedrooms, guys. I hope you do have some safe bedrooms in the first floor at this point. And later on, these turrets are gonna be even more useless, because this is how our honeycomb is gonna look. This is how even more of our honeycomb is gonna look, guys. And because we go with a vending machine here, unfortunately we're gonna have to have the aesthetic of roofs all around. We do have to go with a little square here, which I find very aesthetically displeasing. But that is how it has to be. And this is the first floor honeycomb, guys. Just like that. Roofs all around. Roofs all around. Just like that. And the DC one, I would add some walls inside. Just like that. We already had honeycomb up here, right? We do want to metal these jump ups as well. We add floors here and just another layer, just like that. So right here we add a couple squares and a drop-off storage, just for more visibility in the late game. Our base is in a very, very late game start already, but we don't have a roof, right? We don't have a shooting floor or something like that. So we walled this entire floor in. I would just sheet metal these as well. Our wall top floor should be sheet metal just like that, you know? At least these corners is very important, because right here you have even more honeycomb, just like that. Just for later. And all this honeycomb, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's optional. If you want your base, this base is so tanky. This base is insanely tanky, guys. It's built like me in real life. Let me stand up. So, yeah, this base is a fucking tank. I'm not gonna lie with the honeycomb. And yeah, this is gonna be our top bedroom floor. And we have a little peak right here. That's why we don't have a retake here. But we go with if a big wall here and a half wall here, and we can seal all of this in, just like that. And we add a G door here, as I said, big wall here, half wall here, and double door here, double door here. Boom, boom. Have some doors here, and right here, go with a G door, boom. That is our roof access. And right here, we can go ahead with some bedrooms. Yeah, guys, I don't have these, you know. You do have to go with a low wall here, actually, just so you can place a barrel right here, and you can seal this wall easily when you breach it, right? Right here, you place a twig through the low wall. I don't know why it's not blue, but you go past like that, you know. And yeah, we want to have that sheet metal. Anyways, that's where doors go, and barrels and beds. And right here we have a G door. Same thing on the other side. Yeah. That's the current roof, right? And right here we can instantly get the chasebox peaks very fast, you know? Is the infamous lag peaks, that's what I call them. Corner peaks, 2020 meta. But they're actually good now, because with this command, FPS limit 20, or you can type 1, doesn't matter, but the lowest your FPS can go is 20. I don't know, maybe if you're on a laptop, shout out to you, you might get even lower than that in actual game. But yeah, we want to basically place this at the same time. You can do it with a teammate, doing 3, 2, 1, place. And if it don't work, you demolish 3, 2, 1, place with your teammate, you know, and you can place it. But as you can see, I can do it as a solo. On a build server, it's a lot easier, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, sometimes these just entirely don't work. I don't know why, but sometimes they don't work. But when they do, it's so nice, man. These peaks, you cannot go. They break the door, you cannot jump in, you cannot do anything, and they give you a lot of cover. They give you a lot of damn cover. So yeah, we added door right here, swings outwards, and we have a lot of cover here, just some heavy pot peaks. It's very nice. And below that, I didn't add, but you do want to have some sort of stability here. So right here, you go with like 2 floor frames and some wall frames right here, so double door frames. And let me show you how I get those done usually. I jump, let me put it in higher FPS, I'm sorry guys. So the way I usually get these done, you can place a floor there, and just something you can float on. You just jump off, get a platform going. I'll do this all in twig, to be honest, so it's easier for you guys. But I get a little platform going. Boom, boom. Not jungle, sorry. Don't have it ruleless. Place these down, and right then, I need to jump and catch myself there. And we go with frames on the corner. Boom, 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 boom. Don't want to have the metal, but yeah, that just gives enough stability for our peaks above when the base does decay and they stay standing there, you know. So just like that, I wrap it myself all around the base, and I place them all there. You go up there, you can shoot them out or something. You don't want twig flying around, but yeah, that's the way I do it. So yeah, let me quickly go ahead and add all these doors in. Boom, boom. Rotate the back one. Boom, boom. Rotate that one. Boom, boom. Rotate the back one once again, and you're done. Add doors whenever you can to all of these. And we have ourselves some peaks, right? And right now, we want to make the shroom floor safe. So, what I would go with now is add some frames here. And we add half wall, just like that. If you don't have any stone, I would at least just start placing half walls here. I like going with a window here and doors here on the side. These peaks aren't the best in the game, but I don't want to have the best shooting floor in the game. I just want it to be functional. And this is what I do, just so I have enough cover for later. Add the frame here, boom, boom, just like that. Half wall here. Window there, we can add our window here. I don't like having walls there. I like having visibility here. Half walls right here. Window here, and doors here. Actually scrap that, guys, instead of a window. So actually, yeah, here instead of the windows, we're gonna have to build up from this square. And how we build up is we go frames, half walls right here, and then once again frames. And right here, I go with a frame right here, window there. And right here, I go with a half wall there, window right there. And then we add windows on the sides here. And we have ourselves a little handmade, well, wide gap. And these are good downwards angles with a heavy pot. And on the side, you might be wondering what's here. Is we add some of these old style roof peaks. They're safe from covering there. They're not the best, but they do the job, because I like to have these as drop downs, just to the bottom, quick little drop downs from roof. People can ladder up on these and just climb right here, but we're gonna have turrets on roof, so we shouldn't even be worried about that. And right here, we should just seal all of this up and add single doors here once again, because they act as good honeycomb. If they blow our shooting floor like this, I don't know, you still have single doors here to play off and play seal. You probably won't be able to seal with the normal seals here as you would in a raid. You would probably have to like leave the base a little bit, but it's worth it if that helps you defend. So yeah. And right here, we go with a window on top of the half wall. And these side angles, I would just window them off like that as well. You purely use the handmade wide gap instead of using these side angles. You can add an embrasure in them so they seem like a peak or something. I don't know, the opponent see less, but the reason you don't want to have a window here, like an embrasure, because they can just shoot your feet here from the raid base. And when you have a window, you're killing, you know? And you can add a couple beds here. I don't know why it's a little bouncy here. You just need to flush that bed there, and then you can fit another bed here. So yeah, you can add 2 beds here. And you can have a few boxes here just as kits, and these are really secure unless they like ladder in here. So we're gonna have a G door here, and we're gonna have doors just right here, and it's like really walled off here. This is a pretty secure corner of your base. It's a pretty good secure wide gap right here. And we do want to secure it on the other side, so we go frames, then we go half walls all around, frames again, half wall on the front, and then windows on the sides. Yeah, the frames going, and your half wall, boom. And then we want to add our reinforced glass windows, boom, 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 beds, G doors, and then here we got our roofs. They're a pretty simple pad. And yeah, that was a lot of time on the side bedrooms. Let me show you what we do on this now. So we add frames right here. We're gonna have some OP Patricos. That's what you guys wanted, right? We do want some good Patricos on our bases, right? So we go like that. We add windows all throughout. This is just the casuals, pinky box and mini peaks. Go don't use pinky. Just add frames everywhere. Add a half wall right here. You might want to have floor frames here instead of regular floors. The way you make these peaks usable, you have a hobo barrel. You want to add a frame below before though. You add a hobo barrel, and you add a box. And now, when you add the erasures needed for it, which are looking outwards, you can actually use this peak and get a little move on the hobo barrel, get a little verticality difference to have those peak downs down below with this Patrico. And right here on the side, we just go with the seal offs with half walls, just like that. And this one we just close in because we want to have a good safe roof above us. So I'm gonna do that on the other side real quick. Frames, windows all around. Half full, half full, half full, full. And we want to make sure we add the hover barrels and boxes before we add embrasures, because they block it. Yeah, we add our embrasures. We can start adding windows right here, just to have visibility all around. You want to add frames right here, just for more stability on the roofs here, because they might not want to place. So right here in the middle, I would add even more honeycombing, just to make this, just to make the middle seem even more desirable. And all of this, I would have it honeycombed. At least this entire inner circle. And these sides you can keep in stone. No one's gonna enter there. And right here, I would again honeycomb. And again, these triangle honeycombs, I would have them HCAM because that's our bedroom right below. So honestly guys, we do need turrets, and you could do this before even doing anything. You could add the turrets before doing anything. And the way you do that is you build out these frames, and then you build frames right here on top of this triangle. So above these embrasures is we add a bunch of frames. That's why you added this frame before adding the boxes. And we place a triangle. It's just a pretty simple turret design. Triangle all this in. I'm still not sure what is better, a square here. I think a square covers more, right guys? So I don't know which one's better. If a square or a triangle, I'm just gonna rep both of these out. You guys add what you think is better. I don't truly know what's better, but the way we build this is we can add the way I usually build it is I add some twig all around, and right here to be just simple, we add some spiral stairs. It's a little more awkward to build a triangle one. I should probably go with triangle squares over here. So yeah, we go over here, we jump, and we place that. So yeah, that's the turret there. Yeah, under. And the square one is much easier to place another way, as you can get a lot more verticality with the stairs there. You add it on the edge. Boom. And yeah, I don't know which one's better. Maybe the triangle one has a little bit more coverage for itself, you know? But I don't know if it would shoot here, because the square one, it would for sure shoot here, right? But the triangle one, I don't know if it shoots me here, you know? So it's entirely different and depends on everything else. And yeah, those are not the only turrets I get. So you see I can already start it on the sides here. So right here on the side, I want to add a window going like this. And we want to add some coverage for these peaks, right? Because when we're looking down, these are downwards angles. And we want to add a coverage from the raid base. So the way we do that, we add a frame here, half wall, low wall, half wall, low wall. Add a little window here, again for visibility. And maybe before adding that window, you do want to just go with a quick little metal barricade up here. It's pretty nice to have. And later on, you can even remove this window and start shooting at the raid base. And it's going to be hard to see that because of the metal barricade. But yeah, we want to place our metal barricade. And we want to make sure it's half wall, low wall, and not half wall, or like something like that. Just so it's not easy to climb. And here we have roofs. Right here, we just go with a half wall, low wall. I want to go with low walls all around here. And here on the corners, we go with windows again. So windows all around here. And to wrap under the turrets, we just go with low walls over here. And honestly, maybe you don't want a floor here. And just keep it as is. And we don't have any turret coverage here, right? On this level, like mountain roofy thingy I built. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but we want roofs right here. W deep sea. So we add embrasures here, just like that, going outside. Embrasures all around. Boom. And that's our mountainous roof. One more thing that I don't think I added was roofs here. So right here, you see how we only built 2 floors up? I just like to add roofs here. Makes it even more of a drop down right here. Boom. Flat off. And we're outside, because this base is kind of hard to leave, and if you're gonna have to jumping off like this, catching the edge right here, you might die a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because you definitely don't want to be doing this every time you leave the base, doing some netting tech like that. So yeah. And this box isn't really covered well by these turrets because we have these roofs and they're blocking everything, to be honest. So I don't even know if these turrets are that good. You guys might have to find some better outside turrets. I don't usually place that many turrets outside, or if I do, I just like, I don't know. I would maybe even like prefer having something like this, you know, going off this square instead of going on the corners, because this base is pretty damn big and it's hard to cover it. Maybe I wouldn't prefer having these turrets like that. Yeah, maybe adding a turret here would be nicer. So right there, 3 squares out, and we could have another one right here, a couple squares out, and we could cover our base that way, you know? So yeah, a lot of different ways to do it. But I think this does it for the base. I just need a couple more turrets on the roof, and you can honestly add them anywhere, even right here. I don't know, but that's just entirely up to you guys. These ones don't have to be covered so much. I have placed turrets here in the past on other boxes. It's just really different, you know. But we have what? 4 turrets outside, 4 inside to cover these 4 inside to cover in here. So 4 outside, that's 8, and we have 4 more to use on the roof, right? So yeah, I would consider anything like over here. These are really easy to break, but you'll just make sure they don't break them.